Hi, everybody. My name is Margaret. I'm 73 years old. I worked as a librarian for 42 years before I retired. My husband passed away 6 years ago, and I live alone now in the same house we bought together in 1979. I'm wearing this mask because I don't want my neighbors to know. I don't want my daughter to find out either. She lives 3 states away with her own family, and she has enough to worry about. But I need to tell this story, because if it happened to me, it can happen to anyone. I lost everything. $62,000 gone in 3 days. That money was supposed to last me the rest of my life. It was my safety net, my emergency fund, the money I saved from my pension from selling our second car after my husband died, from birthday checks I never spent. And I gave it all away to a stranger, willingly. I still can't believe I did it. It started on a Tuesday morning in September. I remember because Tuesdays are when I do my grocery shopping. I was making my list at the kitchen table, writing down the usual things: bread, milk, eggs, bananas. My phone rang. I almost didn't answer. The number looked strange, but it said it was from Washington, D.C. I thought maybe it was something official, maybe about my Medicare or my taxes. So I picked up. The man on the other end sounded very professional. His voice was calm and clear. He said, "Good morning, ma'am. This is Officer David Chen from the Social Security Administration. We've been trying to reach you regarding a serious matter." My heart skipped a beat. Social Security. That's my lifeline. That's how I pay my bills every month. I said, "Is something wrong with my benefits?" He said, "Ma'am, I need you to stay calm. Your Social Security number has been compromised. We've detected suspicious activity linked to your number in the state of Texas. Several bank accounts have been opened in your name, and there's an outstanding warrant for your arrest." I felt my stomach drop. Arrest? I've never even gotten a parking ticket in my life. I said, "There must be some mistake. I've never been to Texas. I haven't opened any bank accounts." He said, "I understand. Ma'am, this is identity theft. Someone is using your information to commit crimes, but we need to act quickly to protect you. If we don't freeze your accounts and verify your identity, the local police will be forced to execute the warrant. You could be taken into custody." I started shaking. I'm an old woman. The thought of police coming to my door, taking me away in handcuffs, it terrified me. I said, "What do I need to do?" He said, "First, I need to verify some information. Can you confirm the last 4 digits of your Social Security number?" I gave them to him. I didn't think twice. He said, "Thank you, ma'am. Now, this is very important. Do not hang up this phone. Do not call anyone else. Do not go online. The criminals who stole your identity may be monitoring your communications. If they know we're investigating, they will disappear, and we won't be able to help you. Do you understand?" I said yes. I said I understood. He kept me on the phone for 2 hours. He asked me questions about my banking history, my address, my daughter's name. He said he was building a case file. He said he was going to protect me. Then he transferred me to another man. This one said he was from the Federal Trade Commission. He had a deeper voice, very authoritative. He said, "Mrs. Margaret, we've reviewed your case, and the situation is more serious than we initially thought. The criminals have already withdrawn $47,000 from accounts opened in your name. We need to secure your funds immediately." $47,000. I couldn't breathe. He said, "How much do you currently have in your checking and savings accounts?" I told him. I told him everything. I had about $62,000 total. It was all I had left in the world. He said, "Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to move your money into a secure federal holding account. This account is protected by the government. Once the investigation is complete and the criminals are arrested, your money will be returned to you, along with any stolen funds we recover. But we need to do this today, right now. Do you have access to your bank?" I said yes. My bank is just down the street. He said, "Good. I'm going to stay on the line with you. You're going to go to your bank, withdraw your funds, and follow my instructions exactly. Remember, do not tell anyone what you're doing. The bank tellers are not authorized to know about federal investigations. If they ask questions, just tell them you're making a large purchase. Can you do that?" I said yes. I was so scared. I just wanted it to be over. I got my purse and my car keys. I drove to the bank with my phone pressed against my ear. He stayed on the line the whole time, talking to me, reassuring me. He said, "You're doing great. Margaret, you're very brave. We're going to fix this." When I got to the bank, I walked up to the teller. She was a young woman, maybe 25. She smiled at me. She'd helped me before. I said, "I need to withdraw $60,000. Her smile faded. She said, "That's a very large amount. Mrs. Thompson, can I ask what it's for?" The man on the phone whispered in my ear, "Tell her it's for a car. Stay calm." I said, "I'm buying a car." She looked concerned. She said, "Are you sure everything is okay? We've had a lot of seniors targeted by scams lately. Is someone asking you to withdraw this money?" My heart was pounding. The man on the phone said, "She's testing you. If you tell her the truth, she'll freeze your accounts, and you'll lose everything. Just stay calm and insist." I said, "I'm fine. I just need my money, please." She hesitated. Then she said, "Okay, I'll need to get approval from the manager. This will take a few minutes." I waited. The man on the phone kept talking to me, keeping me calm. He said, "You're almost done. Just a little longer." Finally, she came back with the money, $60,000 in cash, in a plain envelope. She handed it to me and said, "Please be careful." I should have listened to her. I should have stopped right there. But I didn't. I got back in my car. The man on the phone said, "Excellent. Now, I need you to go to Walmart. You're going to purchase gift cards. This is how we secure funds in federal holding accounts. The codes on the gift cards will be entered into our encrypted database, and your money will be completely safe." Gift cards. That should have been the biggest red flag. But I was so deep into it by that point, I didn't even question it. I went to Walmart. I bought Google Play cards, Apple cards, Amazon cards, $2,000 at a time. The cashier asked me if I was sure. I said yes. Then I went to Target, then to CVS, then to another Walmart in the next town. It took me all day. Every time I bought cards, I would scratch off the back and read him the numbers over the phone. He would say, "Good, that's been entered into the system. Your funds are secure." By 6 o'clock that evening, I had given him every single number. $62,000. He said, "Mrs. Margaret, you've done an incredible job today. Your money is now completely protected. You should receive a confirmation letter in the mail within 7 to 10 business days. Do not contact your bank during this time. Do not tell anyone about this. The investigation is ongoing, and we need your full cooperation. Do you understand?" I said yes. He said, "Thank you for your service to this country. We'll be in touch." And then he hung up. I sat in my car in the CVS parking lot, staring at the pile of empty gift card packages on my passenger seat. I felt exhausted. I felt relieved. I thought it was over. I drove home. I made myself a cup of tea. I sat on my couch and turned on the television. I didn't even know what I was watching. That night, I couldn't sleep. Something felt wrong. I kept replaying the conversation in my head. Gift cards, federal holding account. Why would the government use gift cards? At 2 a.m, I got out of bed and turned on my computer. I typed into Google, Social Security Administration scam. The first result said, the Social Security Administration will never call you and ask for money or gift cards. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. I kept reading, article after article, story after story. People just like me, people who had lost $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, all the same way. I had been scammed. I started crying. I cried so hard I thought I was going to be sick. I kept thinking, how could I be so stupid? How could I fall for this? The next morning, I called my bank. I told them what happened. The woman on the phone was kind, but I could hear the sadness in her voice. She said, "I'm so sorry. Once you give someone those gift card numbers, the money is gone. There's no way to get it back." I filed a police report. The officer was sympathetic. He said they see this all the time. He said the scammers are usually in other countries, and they're almost impossible to catch. He said I wasn't the first, and I wouldn't be the last. But that didn't make me feel any better. For weeks, I couldn't tell anyone. I was so ashamed. I felt like a fool. I kept thinking about all the times people had warned me about scams, all the times I'd seen news stories about seniors getting tricked. I always thought, that would never happen to me. I'm too smart for that. But it did happen to me. I finally told my daughter 3 months later. I couldn't keep it in anymore. She was upset, but not at me. She was angry at the people who did this. She said, "Mom, these people are professionals. They do this for a living. This is not your fault." But it's hard not to blame myself. I think about that day all the time. I think about the moment I answered the phone. I think about standing in the bank with that young teller looking at me with concern in her eyes. I think about all the chances I had to stop. But I also think about how real it felt, how scared I was, how convincing that man sounded. He knew exactly what to say. He knew exactly how to keep me on the phone, how to keep me afraid, how to make me trust him. That's what people don't understand. When you're in it, it doesn't feel like a scam. It feels like an emergency. It feels real. Now, I'm living on just my Social Security check. I had to get help from a local charity to pay my heating bill last winter. I've stopped going out to eat. I've stopped buying books. I canceled my cable. I'm managing, but just barely. The money I lost was supposed to be my cushion. It was supposed to pay for things Medicare doesn't cover. It was supposed to help me if I got sick, if I needed home care, If something broke in the house, now I have nothing. I'm telling you this story because I don't want this to happen to you. I don't want you to go through what I went through. So please, listen to me. If someone calls you claiming to be from the government, from Social Security, from Medicare, from the IRS, and they say there's a problem with your account, hang up. Just hang up. The real government will never call you and demand immediate payment. They will never ask you to buy gift cards. They will never threaten you with arrest over the phone. They will never tell you to keep it secret from your family or your bank. If you're scared, if something feels urgent, take a breath. Hang up the phone. Call the official number yourself. Look it up online or in the phone book. Call your bank. Call your daughter, your son, your neighbor, anyone you trust. Don't let them rush you. Don't let them scare you. Don't let them isolate you. I know it's embarrassing to think you might fall for something like this. I know you think you're too smart. I thought the same thing. But these people are very, very good at what they do. They prey on our fears. They prey on our trust in authority. They prey on the fact that many of us live alone and we don't have someone right there to say, wait, this doesn't sound right. So please, be careful. Be suspicious. And if something feels even a little bit off, trust that feeling. I wish I had. I'm 73 years old. I worked my whole life. I saved every penny I could, and I lost it all in one day because I answered one phone call. Don't let this happen to you.